Donald Trump set a trap and China walked straight into it. Yes, that's the state of play for the world economy as we speak. After a tumultuous week, Donald Trump gave a lifeline to essentially every country, dropping tariffs to 10% for 90 days after 75 nations scrambled to speak to Trump to negotiate deals. But there was one country that didn't come to the negotiation table: China. In fact, China is resisting, which Trump responded to by increasing their tariff to a whopping 125%, leaving them isolated in this tariff war against the US. Trump said, "Based on the lack of respect that China has shown to the world's markets, I am hereby raising the tariff charged to China by the United States of America to 125%, effective immediately. At some point, hopefully in the near future, China will realize that the days of ripping off the USA and other countries is no longer sustainable or acceptable." This was Trump's strategy all along, to regain US power by negotiating with allies and to isolate those who refuse to play ball.
And all this was, again, this was driven by the president's strategy. He and I had a long talk on Sunday, and this was his strategy all along. And that, you might even say that he goaded China into a bad position. They responded. They have shown themselves to the world to be the bad actors. And we are willing to cooperate with our allies and with our trading partners who did not retaliate. It wasn't a hard message. Don't retaliate. Things will turn out well.
Besant doubled down on this in another interview, saying the countries that surround China are even negotiating with the US, leaving China to fight this tariff war alone.
Our allies, Japan, South Korea, India, and I will note that they are all around China. We have Vietnam coming today.
Yeah.
So everyone is coming to the table, and basically China's surrounded.
Online commentators were in awe of the strategy, with this person saying, "Amazing, you boxed in China and exposed them. The strategy was amazing." But not everyone is convinced, with this commentator saying, "Trump made a big mistake and is now backtracking. You guys will spin this in your favor. In reality, the world called your bluff and you realized you screwed up. Now you are thankfully backtracking. Meanwhile, small businesses have no clue if these tariffs will go into effect again in 90 days. But despite taking tough action against China, Donald Trump is still speaking diplomatically about the rival superpower, instead blaming his predecessors for the mess he was forced to clean up.
A lot of people take heat for saying it, but I blame the people sitting at this desk more than I blame China. If China can get away with what they got away with taking hundreds of billions and trillions of dollars right out of our pocket because our people here were stupid, they were stupid people. Maybe corrupt, I don't know. I don't know how you can be that stupid. How do you get to be president and you're stupid? But they certainly weren't courageous, and they allowed this to happen. If you could read first grade and you could read these agreements, you'd say, these are terrible deals.
And while some are panicking at Trump's tariffs, businessman and commentator Kevin O'Leary says they don't go far enough.
400% tariffs tomorrow morning. He'll tell you why. Xi can only stay the supreme leader if people are employed. If we wipe out any business there, because we are still 39% of all consumables on Earth and 25% of the world's GDP, America is the #1 economy on Earth with all the cards. We will not have that forever. It's time to squeeze Chinese heads into the wall.
Online commentators applauded this approach, with this person saying, "And he's right. This seems to be the crux of the matter now. Either we dominate China now, while we're still strong enough to do it, or we never will. Trump is the first politician in half a century to have the guts to play his hand."